Hello, and thank you for joining me in this masterclass of how to maximize your business through your chakras. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're really just going to jump in with a quick overview of what the chakras actually are for anybody that's not as familiar, and how then each one in turn relates to your business. Okay, but first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Lisa Kelly Mulhern, founder of Miss Intuitive. I am an intuitive, a light worker, an energy master, and a heart-centered soulpreneur. It is my mission on this earth to spread more light, to help awaken the mass consciousness, and to help heal as many people as possible. I love everything to do with the chakras because to me, they're underutilized, but they are so powerful. They have the ability to change so much in your life if you would only just take the time to realize and understand what they are. Through my work with Miss Intuitive, it's my aim to help people really become more aware of how to use spiritual tools. So whether that be things like oracle or tarot cards, or whether it be energy healing and chakras, to really show them how they can use these tools for personal growth and development, and ultimately a happier life. So without further ado, we're going to jump in to what are chakras. Okay, so for anybody that just isn't as familiar, I'm just going to do a quick overview of what they actually are and where each one can be found and what it relates to. Okay, so what are chakras? Okay, well, for many thousands of years, ancient physicians and healers were aware of something that they refer to as the subtle body. The energy that flows in and around our body, which is attracted to certain areas and helps organs to function properly. And this is what we know as meridians. These meridians take chi, or life force energy, whatever you want to call it. It really doesn't matter. There's so many different other names, prana, etc. But for this instance, we're going to use chi. So they take chi from one part of the body to the next through the chakras. Okay, the chakras are located vertically along the center of the spine, and each one governs a certain set of organs and is allocated an endocrine gland. Chakras are the connection between our mind and body, and they're sometimes called the energetic organs or windows of the soul. When our chakras are in a healthy state, chi flows freely and easily, attracting good health, success, better business, just better life in general. So the more aware and informed you are about the state of your chakras, the more knowledge you have in how to keep your chakra system functioning properly. And it means, as a result, the happier and healthier you'll be, and of course the better business. Your business will be. By understanding the energy centers, especially for your business, it can be revelational, because your business is a reflection of you. So by understanding your energy centers and how they're showing up in your business, it can ensure that your business is operating at an optimal speed and balance. It can ensure you get the best clients, you feel comfortable and confident in your business, you're secure, and you're grounded in your ability to build a heart-centered business. And that's what I really want to introduce you to today. Okay, so just a quick overview of the chakras in general. So there are hundreds and hundreds of chakras, but really we only focus on the 7 major chakras. Okay, like I said, these all relate to physical aspects in our body, so they relate to certain organs and how they function. They also relate to physiological aspects. The 3 lower chakras are our instinctive side. The heart chakra then is the bridge between the lower and upper chakras, and the upper chakras then are more related to the mental side. Okay, so starting with the first chakra, which is the root chakra. This is actually located underneath the tip of your spine, so if you think around your tailbone, and it governs all matters physical. So So it's where you develop your feelings of security, family loyalty, and your place in this world. And it directly relates to our childhood and early development. It's also where we hold our limiting beliefs, especially around money. So it's where our earliest money paradigms are stored. Okay, so someone with good balance in the root chakra area will be healthy, fit, grounded, prosperous, centered, and strong. If you were having problems in this area, you could find yourself very fatigued, excessive worry, not managing very well financially, a lot of money worries. And things that we can do to help this chakra is things like grounding meditation. So whatever way you like to ground yourself, meditation's brilliant for it, but as long as you're grounding yourself to the earth, that's really helping to connect. Now this chakra is actually special because it's the only one that faces downwards, bringing your energy down into the ground, so pulling us from the ground into the ground, whereas the rest all face upwards. Routine is very good for this chakra as well. So I'm just going to keep these overviews really short because, like I say, these are only general. I wanted to move on to how they actually relate to the business, but it's just for those that maybe aren't as familiar with chakras. Okay, so the sacral chakra then is the next one, and it's orange in colour, and really it's located about 2 finger widths below the navel. And this is actually our source of creativity, so it's our energetic spark. It's associated, with love, passion, sexuality, and fertility. So any imbalances or blockages here then obviously result in creative blocks. Moving on to the third one, the solar plexus, which is yellow in colour, and it's located at the base of the rib cage or the top of the abdomen. And this is really the chakra that governs our will, our personal power, okay, and our confidence. It's all about the ability to connect with others on a social level and having confidence. So someone with a good balance will be productive, cooperative, flexible, focused, empowered, successful, and well adjusted. Moving on then to the fourth, which is actually the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras, and that's the heart chakra. This one is green in colour. Some do say pink, but mostly it's associated with the colour green, and it governs the emotions, as you can imagine, named heart. Like I say, it's the bridge between the lower and upper chakras, and it's really the beginning of the spiritual evolution. Someone with a balanced heart chakra will be loving, warm, affectionate, accepting, tolerant, loving, both of themselves and of others. Then we have the throat chakra, which is blue in colour, and this is really where we start to get into the higher chakras. It's all about communication, self-expression, intellect, and personal integrity. It represents good judgment and ability to speak the truth. So someone with a good balanced throat chakra will be expressive, eloquent, great communicator, and good listener. Then we have the third eye chakra, okay, which is a dark purple. Some even say like an indigo. And it really governs our intellect. It's from here we start to engage more with the higher spiritual realms and access our intuition. It represents our general wisdom and inquiring mind. So someone with a well-balanced third eye chakra will be clear-headed, most likely have a good memory, and be insightful and intelligent and really intuitive. And finally then we have the crown chakra, which can be represented by purple or by white, and it's located, as you can imagine by the name, at the crown of your head, so just at the top of your head. And this chakra helps unify the body and the chakras into one unified spiritual being. So great leaders of the past, such as Mother Teresa or Martin Luther King, all had highly developed crown chakras. Each chakra has a specific purpose, but they all build on each other, and no one chakra can operate alone. So we need to work with each of the chakras individually in order to keep the flow of energy. This will allow them to flow more easily and be able to release issues attached to the body's energetic connection. Okay, so like I mentioned at the start, most people have heard of the concept of chakras, whether they're familiar with what they entail or not. They have heard of the concept, especially if you're a heart-centered entrepreneur or you tend to be more spiritual. What they don't know is that they're not just for personal life or health. Okay, you have chakras, but so does your business. Again, your business is just simply a direct reflection of what's going on inside you. If any of your chakras are weak or out of balance, this will manifest as problems or blocks in your business. Your chakras are the key to why some heart-centered and spiritual entrepreneurs are really successful. And so you can see people, and you're like, well, how do they do it? You know, they seem to have it so much together. It's because they're in alignment. And that only comes when you are in total free-flowing energy. So all your chakras are strengthened, they're clear, they're at their optimal healthy state, and that energy is allowed to flow clearly, no blockages or anything that negativity flowing through it, anything that could be blocking it. So that's why you see some people that have these fabulous businesses really successful, and there's others then that are constantly struggling or feeling, no matter how good their actual business knowledge is. So you can be the best entrepreneur in the world, knowledge wise. You know, you can know everything there is to know, A to Z, about marketing, about, you know, systems, about sales. It makes no difference. If your chakras aren't in alignment, then you're not in alignment. The energy of your business isn't flowing freely, so it's not going to attract to you that success that you really deserve. Being an entrepreneur doesn't mean, you know, that you have no fear. It doesn't mean that you're fearless when it comes to public speaking, that you're fearless when it comes to asking for money, or that you have no fear, you know, being visible in the public eye. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. I know it can be tempting just to give up or quit, or, you know, keep it small to play it safe. But to help you move past this and fulfill your life purpose or mission, there is a lot of internal work that needs to be done, which tends to get, you know, overlooked very often. I know that it gets considered very woo-woo, but it really is the key to bringing in more juju in your business. So the example that's often used is, think of an iceberg. Over 90% of that hides under the surface. It's invisible, but it doesn't mean it's not there, as we've all well learnt from classic disasters like Titanic. You know, just because you don't see the rest of it doesn't mean it's not there. It's underneath, and it's the same with us. It's what's underneath. So if you think about your energetic system and your subconscious mind, it's what's underneath that motivates you. That's where your feelings and thoughts reside, and these are what affect your actions, and in turn what you're manifesting into your reality. Your business is a reflection of your unique purpose and passion and power. You need to own this and honour your true power, and the best way to do it is by strengthening your chakras. So let's jump in to how each of the 7 chakras actually relate to your business, okay? With each, there are 2 parts. There is always the feminine and masculine energies. The thing is, we really want to try and keep a good balance between both, so yin and yang. But that's not always possible. One's always going to be more dominant. But the ideal thing is that you're incorporating both. So just for an example before I jump on in, like your root chakra, it's all about, on the yin feminine version, your mindset work, getting into alignment. So going through those money blocks, those limiting beliefs, any fears about that you have about your family, etc. But that's all great. But you need to actually have then the masculine version, which is all about strategy and how to actually run your business. So you can do all the internal work you want, but if you're not actually putting any action in, then it's not going to bring any results. Vice versa, you can take all the action you want, but if it's not inspired action, and if it's not action that's coming from total alignment, if you have underlying blocks, money issues, whatever it may be, you're not going to get any further. So like I said, we're going to jump in now and have a quick look at how each of the 7 chakras actually relate to your business, and I'm going to give a quick few suggestions and things that you can do yourself to strengthen these. Okay, so then the root chakra. The root chakra is really what anchors you and your business to this planet, and it's the foundation upon which the rest of your business is built, and upon which the rest of the chakras will build upon. With the feminine part of this chakra, it's really all about mindset and developing a really strong, unshakable mindset that will help get you in alignment and will help you stand steady in the face of all the fears or anything unpredictable that might be thrown at you in the world of being an entrepreneur. So I really would advise getting into the habit of creating a mindset routine that really works for you. So whether it's journaling, saying affirmations, writing out intentions, setting your daily goals, whether it's tapping to work on issues, whatever the case may be for you, as long as you start to develop what works for you and that really helps get that mindset in the right zone. So like I say, you will become unshakable with your confidence and with your belief, and your whole attitude really will change. You will have that confidence in yourself to believe that you can succeed in the face of whatever. The main issue that I find here when I'm doing work with my one-to-one clients is that the mindset can become unstable, usually around money beliefs and blocks. And it is understandable. As entrepreneurs, you're not guaranteed that next paycheck. You aren't guaranteed that security, So obviously these little doubts will creep in. What happens if I don't make the sale this week? What happens if my one-to-one client suddenly backs out? I'm left without that secured income. How will I pay my rent? How will I feed my children? These are all reasonable things to come across. And it is because your earliest money memories and paradigms are all stored in the root chakra. Okay, so all your influences of the root chakra actually came about from your childhood development. There's a very strong correlation there. And usually between the ages of 0 to 8 is when they were developed and really strengthened. They were set into concrete. So that's what your mind was going to believe. No matter what evidence you saw afterwards, you were always going to resort back to that. So things like, you may have to work hard for money, or money doesn't grow on trees. Whatever the belief may be, that's where they're held. So you really, really need to take that time out before you proceed any further, and take time to really go very introspect and look within yourself and see what is it that's actually holding you back. What do you believe and what do you want to release? Because if these beliefs aren't serving you, you need to release them, and you need to find a way to do that works for you. For everyone, it's so different. I know EFT tapping is a very popular one these days, but it really is so different for everyone. Moving on then more to the yang side of things, the masculine. With the root chakra, it really is all about getting your strategy in place and foundations. Like I say, this foundation is so important. You can't build a business on a rocky foundation, just like you wouldn't build a house upon swampy marshland, because it just isn't viable. You cannot expect your business to build and grow and succeed and be adaptable if you don't have those strong, solid foundations in place. So it's really all about your core message and getting that down to a T so that you know which direction you want to move in. This also helps then when you want to nail down that ideal client, and this is essential for having a strong root chakra in your business. You need to know your ideal client inside and out. So whatever way it works for you, I know with working with Emma, she has a fab way of doing it so that you don't need to know, using her example, I think it is, my ideal client is Maureen, she's 44 years old, she reads this and reads that, but you need to know what it is they're interested in, things like that, and how you can help them, so that when we move further on up, your marketing is approaching them directly. So things that come up with the root chakra are mainly based around fears. It's your place of honour and integrity, but a lot of fears can come up, so not just money fears. Because your root chakra is all about your sense of security and your place in this world, so usually, your place within your community and your family tribe. Being an entrepreneur means putting yourself out there, and it means putting services and products out there that not everyone is going to like, and it may be different from what your family or community actually believe in. So it's constantly going to challenge that root chakra. You're going to have to risk that judgment, that lack of approval. And sometimes in the extreme, people actually do feel that they are going to be exiled from their tribe because it's not in agreement with what they normally believe. But this is all part of being an entrepreneur. And if you have such a strong core message that is so stable and that really drives you, and you know that this is what you're called to do, then it's something that you're going to have to work past. Being an entrepreneur doesn't mean not having fears. It means having the fear and having the ability to work through them and push past them, move forward. And a great book for that is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. So have a wee read at that. It doesn't mean that your fears just automatically subside and you suddenly become so confident that you never have a fear again. Like I say, it just means feeling that fear and having the drive, because you know that you have that calling to push past it, to move out of your comfort zone and tear on. It also means by building an online following, you can actually create a tribe of your own, a tribe where you're the leader, but you need to have clear ethics, morals and rules put in place from the outset. The root chakra, like I say, is all about protection, and the one thing is that can help you feel more secure and protected in your business is having that legal protection. So make sure your name, it's not trademarked or copyrighted or anything like that. Have your business protected. Make sure you have everything copyrighted, so that no one's going to copy, steal your materials or anything else. Make sure you're not putting yourself at risk of being sued. Even things like having a website disclaimer, oh my god, I can't talk today, can help. So look at all those things. Another thing that you can do is look at your physical environment in which you work. Is it clear, clutter-free? Does it look attractive? Does it make you feel motivated? Somewhere you want to go to work? Or is it small, cramped, unattractive, and full of clutter? Because if it is, you're not going to be inspired, and that's just a reflection of what you're feeling inside. So that's a reflection of how your business is going to operate. So take the time, do what you need to do, whether that be decluttering files, just have a real good spring clean, delete unnecessary stuff on your computer, whatever it may be, to really change that environment so it's somewhere you want to go to work. A lot of the time, the dynamics of your business are a reflection of your family beliefs. And you need to really understand with the root chakra, you can't conform and sell. You have to stand out and be different from the others in your work to really attract clients. Go back to the basics. Have you the solid basics in place to even begin a business? Have you opened a bank account in your business name? Keep it separate from your own personal identity. Things like, have you decluttered files, or have you client files sitting in place? Are you very scattered? Do you just leave paperwork everywhere and then you can't find it? Have you the right systems and tech software on your computer that you need? But the main thing of your root chakra is your big why, the why of what you do. It needs to be enough to pull you out of bed every morning. So it's at the root chakra that we really need to get this in place and have that clear in our head. And whether you want to write it down or print out pictures that reflect that and post it somewhere you're going to see, that's entirely up to you. But as long as you have that why, and I'm not just meaning the superficial why, like, oh yeah, I want to make 50,000. We all want that. I mean the real reason behind that. Why would you want that money? What would that help you do? How would your day look if you have that? So make sure you have that in place. Questions to ask yourself so that you can see where your root chakra sort of is. With regard to your business, do you have a clear core message? Do you understand and know who your ideal client is? Is your why big enough to pull you out of bed every morning? Are you a good leader? Do you have clear ethics and code of conduct? What is your business environment like? Is your business struggling with survival issues on any level, whether it be financial, creatively, lead flow? These are all questions that you can answer and see if there's any that you're not really clear on. Then it's indicating a weak root chakra in your business. So ways that you can strengthen your root chakra yourself are simple things like eat more red foods. I know this sounds really simple, but it has the potential to really strengthen that chakra. Establish a routine. The root chakra loves routine and planning, without over planning obviously, but establish a routine. Know what days you're doing what hours you have to work, things like that. A really solid mindset practice is needed. So like I say, that can be whatever works for you, whether it be journaling, whether it be tapping, whether it be saying affirmations or setting intentions, whatever works for you. But get that mindset practice set into practice and do it daily. Gentle stretching, so things like forward folds, will also help to strengthen this chakra. Meditation wise, I would recommend a grounding meditation. So you can do this whatever way works for you best. But grounding meditations really help to connect with the earth, and because it is your root chakra, it is all earth related. The most popular way is probably to think of yourself as a tree trunk with the roots growing out of the soles of your feet, going down, seeping down into Mother Earth, right down to the core, the center of Mother Earth. And really you're sending all your unwanted negative energy down there for recycling, and again bringing up then all Mother Earth's love and positive energy. You can use crystals, so there are quite a few for the root chakra. Any sort of grounding crystal is great, such as black obsidian, bloodstone, smoky quartz, black onyx, hematite, red jasper or black tourmaline. There is also garnet or ruby or pyrite, are all fantastic for the root chakra. And you will find that a lot of the root chakra stones are all fantastic for money as well. There are essential oils. You can use eucalyptus, cedarwood, cinnamon, patchouli. Other simple things are just make sure you're getting enough sleep. Take a walk in nature every now and again. Or you can recite affirmations. So, I am grounded and protected. I trust the universe has my back and that all my basic needs will be met. These are all things you can do for your root chakra. Now we'll move on to having a look at your sacral chakra. Okay, so the sacral chakra then. This chakra controls your relationships and social interactions with others within your business. It's all about choices, but not actually the choice that you make, rather the reason behind why you made that decision and then how you follow through with it. So do you choose from faith or do you choose from fear? It's where gut instinct will inform you about business joint ventures or collaborations, if they are right for you, if you will be in alignment. And it's about how you handle your relationships with clients. Are you proactive or reactive? It is your creative center because it's also your sexual center. And this is responsible for helping you make and create your new products. So it's about having that passion to create those new products, that creativity flowing freely. It's about bringing together people, pieces and thoughts into something new that you're creating. You need to set boundaries and avoid becoming victim mode. Don't take on someone else's stuff, because a trap that we all fall into as heart-centered entrepreneurs is that we have a genuine, sincere want to help, but it means sometimes that we take on too many other people's stuff rather than our own, and it can become draining. So you need to have clear boundaries put in place. This chakra is where materialism lives, because it's where money and our appetite for power are housed. We need to become more aware of our own value. Okay, so if you're putting stuff out there, maybe you're afraid to create a more high-end product or VIP experience, and it's because you don't know your own value and you don't think others will recognize it either. The feminine energy connected with this chakra is all about releasing past experiences and emotional baggage and learn how to forgive those so that you can move on from the past and break through those creative blocks. Because if we're carrying around all this extra emotional baggage, then emotions are, as we know, just energy in motion. But if they're being suppressed and we're carrying around and we're not releasing that and we're not forgiving it, then it's going to cause blockages in our energy system, and it's more than likely the sacral chakra that is going to become weak because of this. On the other end then, we have the masculine yang energy of this chakra, and it's all really about your visual brand. Okay, it's about creating that brand that stands out. It needs to be visual, it needs to be consistent, it needs to be on point, sexy, ooze appeal, and really draw your clients in. It needs to make them feel like, oh my god, I want this, I have to buy it now, and really make them feel VIP. So it needs to have that wow factor. And this is really where you start to bring your story in a bit. And it's about bringing you into your brand. So when I say you need to create a very visually appealing brand that needs to be consistent, I don't want you hiding behind a logo. Okay? It needs to have part of you in there to be authentic. It's what is going to attract the clients to you. It's you and your energy that they're attracted to. I think the last study I read, it's something like 90% of your energy and your body language is what attracts clients to you, and it's only less than 10% that's actually the product or service that you're offering. So you need to start thinking, what is it that you do differently from others in your area, and what is it you do different and sexy? So it needs to be appealing. Questions you can ask yourself with regards to see how your sacral chakra is performing in your business. Does your business relationships feel fulfilling or draining? Maybe are you carrying a little extra weight around the lower belly, because this can be a sign that there is sacral chakra issues. Are you taking care of your own side of the street, or are you too busy looking after everyone else's? Are you open to receiving? Things that you can do then to help strengthen this particular chakra: wear more orange coloured clothes, particularly around that area. Eat more orange coloured foods. Exercises such as belly dancing, pelvic thrusts, or I'm going to be controversial here and say sex are all fantastic for that area. And drinking water, because the sacral chakra is all about emotions, so it incorporates the element of water. Because of the fluidity, it's always flowing, that creative passion and that spark is always flowing freely. So drinking more water can help. Crystals such as carnelian, orange tourmaline or orange aventurine, or even moonstone. And then we have oils such as clary sage, ylang ylang, sandalwood, rose and jasmine. So moving on to your solar plexus then. And this is really where your ambition, your motivation and your confidence are harboured. It's where your self-esteem and discipline reside. And the truth is, business isn't all unicorns and pixie dust. I wish it was, but it's not. And the thing is, a lot of entrepreneurs will have a lot of failed starts behind them, or products that we thought in our heads were going to be fantastic, but they were a total flop. And that really can knock your confidence. So it's about starting to look inwards rather than outwards to answer questions and those business decisions that you need to make. It's about learning how not to give all your power away. I see so many people that don't trust themselves in their own ability to make decisions around their business. They don't have that confidence and self-esteem, and they compare themselves to others and they keep thinking, but there's something missing. They just take for granted the knowledge that they have and think, well, that wouldn't be good enough for anyone else. So what they do is they hire coach after coach. They invest in program after program in the hope that I just need to learn something more. I just need to find that one more answer. And rather than just taking the knowledge that they learn from these and implementing it and putting it into action, they still keep going for another coach because they want someone else to do it all for them. They want someone else to have that responsibility. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. But being a heart-centered, soul-driven and spiritual entrepreneur means trusting in yourself and your own abilities. You need to also hold yourself accountable for those abilities and decisions that you make, so that you're not giving away your power simply so you can blame someone else when it doesn't work. This chakra is all about how you handle your relationship with others as well, as in how you handle others' opinions and expectations and projections. So like, what will my clients think? What will my friends think if I say this or do that? What will my family think? Oh my God, if I post that live? Oh my God, they're going to criticize me. Oh my God, I'm going to be rejected. The clients won't like this. It's not as good as such and such in my industry. Or my mum really hoped I would be a doctor and instead I'm doing tarot card readings. It's all about how you handle that and how to learn to stop comparing yourself to others and stop fearing criticism and really start to become more visible. Not everyone is going to love you, and that's just the harsh truth of it, but you need to accept that because you don't want everyone to love you. You should only be concerning yourself with your ideal clients. And if you really have set the foundations in place at your root chakra level and you know your core message and it's speaking to your ideal clients, then you shouldn't need to worry about rejection. It's also about how you handle challenges. Do you shy away from challenges or confrontations, or do you face them head on? So if you had a client that was constantly defaulting on payment or rescheduling at the last minute, do you shy away because you don't want to have that confrontation? Or do you approach it head on in a timely manner because you know it needs to be sorted and it's your business? It has to be you. No one else is going to do it for you. Beliefs such as, the need to work harder and harder, or it needs to be perfect, so that sense of perfectionism, they're all just limiting beliefs. That all they do is cause procrastination and overwhelm. So what you really need to set in place at this level, at the solar plexus, is you need to establish a very good self-care routine. because otherwise you're just going to keep going and going and think, but I'll just do this one more bit. I'll work harder, and if I only do this more, and if I only do this, and I'll finish with this, and I need to work the weekend for this, you're just going to cause burnout, and your energy is going to be depleted, and that's not good for you or your clients. It's not good for you because you're going to end up ill, and you're going to be forced to take time out of your work. And it's not good for your clients because they're going to sense that in your energy. So it's going to be off-putting rather than attracting. You think by working harder and working longer, you're going to get more clients. You're not. If you're in alignment with what you're doing, and I mean genuinely in alignment, and your chakras are all in alignment and flowing freely, it will become easier to attract the clients. You don't need to work harder, you need to work smarter by understanding how to make the most of your chakras and how to maximize your business using them. Because overwhelm, like I say, is no good for anyone. So establishing a good self-care routine will help boost your energy, and it will really help you give your clients the best that you can, because you'll start to appreciate yourself more, you'll start to love yourself more and have more confidence in yourself, and that will really start to show up in your energy. And on the masculine side of this chakra, it's all really about starting to show up authentically, so being more visible. And again, that comes down to having the correct balance of the feminine, as in establishing a self-care and learning how to deal with beliefs about being rejected or about perfectionism. It's about starting to delegate so that you don't cause overwhelm and so that you can make the most of your time, because time management is a huge part of this chakra with regards to business and productivity, because they're so interlinked. Start to put in place a routine where well, on Tuesdays and Thursdays I do my coaching sessions. A Wednesday is where I just interact with my clients, and the rest of the week, maybe you take a day off, I don't know. The rest of the week is where your content creation happens, where that magic happens, so that on those days, you don't need to worry about anything else. It's solely focused on those. And it allows you to get into the habit of, when you're in the mood to write, batch write. Create 5 blogs in a row. Or when you're doing videos, rather than setting up and stopping here and there during the week, create 5 videos in a row and get it out of the way. It allows you to become more productive with your time. So, questions to ask yourself with regards how your solar plexus is operating. Do you trust your business decisions? And if not, why not? What would you need to believe so that you could trust your ability to make those decisions? Does your business reflect a sense of healthy self-esteem? And what I mean by that is, are you visible? Are you really showing up? Are you hiding behind a logo? Or are you being the best kept secret in your industry? Do you give your power away? Are you holding yourself accountable? And how do you face challenges? So things to help strengthen this chakra are things like drinking lemon water or chamomile tea, eating yellow foods, gentle stretches like clasping your hands behind your back and really moving into a forward stretch to stretch the chest. There are crystals like amber or citrine, yellow jasper and tiger's eye. Or you can use essential oils like chamomile, myrrh, frankincense, rose or sandalwood. Rightio then, on to the heart chakra. And as you can imagine by the word heart itself, it's your emotional processing center. It's where you feel all your emotions, whether they be positive or negative, and it's where you really begin to put words on them. It's all about where you can practice gratitude and self-love, because these are hugely important if you're not grateful for what you already have. So whether it's even if you're at an early stage and you haven't actually had any clients yet, but you've had someone sign up for your freebie, be grateful for that, and that will generate more of that. Whether you're putting out a new offering, be grateful for all the past clients that you've had for other offerings, and again, being grateful for something helps you find more to be grateful for, an abundance in your life that you have gratitude for, and it helps bring forth more into your life. Self-love is hugely important at this level, because by loving ourselves, we expect then others to love us. We can't expect them to love us and our products if we don't do it for ourselves. It can be so easy to be jealous of others in our industry who seem to just have it all together, be more successful. Everything just seems to be going so easy for them. Instead of being jealous of that, what we should do is bless them instead. So because us recognizing that and that showing up for us, it means that it's actually in our existence too. It's possible and it's there. We just haven't actually witnessed it yet or experienced it. We're just bringing it into our existence. This chakra with regards to business is really all about the balance of giving and receiving. Okay? So being a heart-centered business, our main thing is to help others and put out lots of value. Okay? And that is essential. Sometimes that fear can creep in that if we put out too much free value, we're not going to be needed, that they're getting enough from it, that they're not going to want to come back. But that's nonsense. If they can see how much that you truly love what you do and the value that you're putting in to your free products, of course they're going to want to come back and see what else you have to offer. There's the other end where initially you may need to give a lot of free value and put out a lot of free stuff, but there has to come a point where that needs to start monetizing. You can't just keep giving it away for free. You need to also be able to open yourself up to receiving. Otherwise, you're just running an expensive hobby. It's not actually a business. Usually, heart-centered entrepreneurs have a big heart for everyone but themselves. Okay, and this can result in not charging enough for your time and value. But by doing this, you're actually being of disservice to yourself and to your business and to your loved ones. There's no prizes for being poor, and undercharging or giving away everything for free simply devalues yourself and your services, and it means that your business can't grow and it can't sustain. A lot of times we have this misconception that it's not spiritual to ask for money for the services that we provide to help others. That's not true, because by receiving that money and by allowing your business to grow, by really strengthening your heart chakra, that means that you have more money and more time to make a bigger impact and help more people in your life. So questions to ask yourself with regards to this chakra are, do you have proper systems in place? You need to have your systems in place to actually be able to receive the money. So something like PayPal or Stripe. Do you have proper email systems like autoresponders that send out the information that the clients need to receive? So whether it be MailChimp, Aweber, whatever the case may be. Do you feel jealous of others? Are you constantly undervaluing yourself and your products? Do you feel vulnerable every time no one signs up? Or do you take this as a personal rejection? Do you feel the joy and passion of life every day through your business? Because you really should. Otherwise, you're not in alignment with what you're doing. Do you worry that others don't need you? Things that you can do to help strengthen this. You can do forgiveness work. Gratitude, I highly recommend. And set in place a great self-love practice. Crystals are rose quartz, emerald or malachite, and oils such as neroli, ylang ylang, jasmine or rose. Okay, so we're going to move into the upper chakras, and there is just so much to get through with all of them, and I need to keep this masterclass under an hour. So what I'm going to do, I've went in to enough detail for the first three, so I'm just going to briefly outline what we would be doing if we were doing this as a program for the upper three. Your throat chakra, which is your fifth chakra, is hugely important in business. I can't stress that enough. It's all about your communication, and it's where the manifestation magic actually happens, because it's where you have that ability to voice your dreams and talk them into existence. It's all about where you experience acceptance, judgment, or criticism, depending on how you communicate yourself. It's really all about pushing past limiting beliefs, no more being passive or aggressive. It's really about being of service and allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to put yourself out there to move forward. With regards to business, it's hugely important, because it's all about your visibility and your core marketing messages, how you communicate yourself. So not only verbally, but using your body language as well, written messages such as your blogs, how you are perceived on social media, really getting your message out there. And it's about making sure that people know exactly what you do. There can be no confusion, and that elevator speech should just roll off the tongue. Then we've got your third eye, which is your sixth chakra, and it's really, as you can imagine, all about intuition, and starting to really harness the power of your own intuition and starting to really trust the messages that you're getting. So often we can think, oh, but I can't access my intuition, I'm not psychic, I'm not this or I'm not that, and we look to other people to really tell us when we know ourselves. It will help you with any decision that you need to make in your business, and it's really about learning just to go with what you're getting. So any messages you're receiving, don't overanalyze them, just go with what you're getting. You need to learn how to declutter your mind and know the difference between your intuition and your ego. And it's really all about where sales magic happens. So it's about this stage using your intuition. You should really know your ideal clients starting from your root chakra, but at this stage you should have no doubt whatsoever about what it is they want and what they need, so that you're able to give that to them. So it's about getting the sales process into action. It's about getting a strategy for your discovery calls, converting into sales calls, getting those funnels set up and really pushing for the sale, but not in a sleazy, hard way. And it's not even so much pushing, that was maybe a bad choice of words. It's really, there shouldn't be much selling involved at this stage. They should just want to have what you're putting out. They should be attracted to your energy and the whole magnetism of it. And finally then we go to your crown chakra, which is your seventh chakra. Obviously that's where you first receive your divine downloads. So that flash of inspiration, saying channels down into the third eye. You use your intuition to differentiate between something that's possible for right now, because we as heart-centered and spiritual entrepreneurs can often be overwhelmed with the amount of ideas that we receive, idea after idea, and sometimes that can result in shiny object syndrome, where you can't really focus on one because you've got so many that you want to do. Your intuition will tell you where to start and what to focus on at that time, what's plausible, what's in alignment for you and what's not. From there you'll move down to your throat chakra, how you communicate that out to the world, and so we'll just move right down through. But it's also about your running your business as a whole, and seeing the bigger picture, the long-term picture, and how your business is going to evolve, what it is your end game, what you want, and how you're going to make it towards that. It's about making sure that you're living your purpose, so that your business is living your purpose, and that you're not trying to fit your purpose into your business. That's the wrong way. You need to be making sure that your business is your life purpose, okay? And just making sure that you feel at ease in it, and that if you need to step back and take time away, your business will run without you, because you've got all those systems in place and you've got all the mindset work solid, that you won't have any fears or worries about it. Okay, well that finishes this, and I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm sorry I had rushed through the last three, but we would be here forever. I could talk about this for hours and hours. There's just so much to get through, but I hope you've got the gist of how you can use something so simple that maybe some of you didn't think about to actually maximise your business. Alright, take care.